smile on my face.
Today's Variety 96.1 SRS.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my light. For I toss and turn, I can't sleep at night. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Now I know I've got to run away. I've got to get away. You don't really want any more from me to make things right. You need someone to hold you tight, and you think love is to pray, but I'm sorry, I don't pray that way. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Don't touch me, please, I cannot stand the way you tease. I love you though you hurt me so. Now I'm gonna pack my things and go. Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Baby, baby, where did our love go? Oh, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me no more. I've got this burning, yearning feeling inside me. Ooh, deep inside me. And it hurts so bad. You came into my life so tenderly, with the burning love that stings like a bee. And now that I'm surrendered so helplessly, you know I believe you wanna leave me. Oh, baby, baby, where did our love go? Oh, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me no more. Oh, baby, baby, where did our love go? Oh, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me no more. You came into my life so tenderly.
Today's Variety 96.1 SRS.
Where Worcester wakes up with Suzanne and Greg in the morning.
You said, put your onions and your potatoes together.
Yeah.
I got a text from my wife. All it says is onions and potatoes should not be stored together. Oh,
They're not on top
reason
of each other. They're just near each other in a cool, dry place
where they can sprout.
where they can make hash browns.
Suzanne and Greg in the morning on today's Variety 96.1 SRS.
The club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends sat at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. When we came, we let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour, and how your family's doing okay. And leaving, getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body.
Okay, you all ready?
You need to do that.
Good evening and welcome to the Town of Shrewsbury Zoning Board of Appeals public hearings for Monday, June 25th, 2018. Before we get into the public hearing portion of the meeting, there's a few house cleaning items we need to take care of. Once we do get to the public hearings, I will read the appeal into the minutes. Some of us may or may not have some questions. If once we are done, I'll open it to the floor if anyone in the audience has any questions. First order of business is to review and approve the May 29th minutes. Did everyone have a chance?
Move to approve.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Is there a sign sheet? I don't see the signing sheet for it, though. What? No, for the minutes. There's usually a cover sheet on it. What's that?
Is it at the end? I think the signatures.
No, there's nothing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it the end? No, nothing here either. Okay. Next order of business is to approve bills. Worcester Telegram and Gazette for $396 for the Worcester Telegram and Gazette for the advertising. And that's all we have for this month. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve such bills.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Yeah, I signed the
Just sign. Three signatures.
minutes if you, I don't know. Is that how you want to do it?
Yeah. It just needs your signature.
That's it?
Yeah. No, it just needs the three, no, it just needs three signatures. The first public hearing is continued, 585 Lake Street, Boylston CP LLC, 39 Nooseneck Hill Road, West Greenwich, Rhode Island, administrative appeal. Is that,
So this is the one,
they're appealing the planning board's decision?
correct. So I've tried to get in contact with John Grenier today, and I sent an email earlier today to both appellants. I would recommend we hold off on this till the end of the meeting to see
Okay.
if
If
someone
anyone
does
shows
show
up.
up.
Okay. Okay. Next is 29 Maple Avenue, AU Engineering, continued from 4:30 and 18 and 5:29:18. Variance to place a sign 3 feet from the front property line and for a sign size greater than 20 square feet. Anyone here representing? I'm going to say this will be a short meeting. That's you? Okay.
Are you able to sit?
Why not?
Oh,
She's in a butter.
oh, you're in a butter. You actually
Oh.
can't sit on this one. Yeah.
Let me see if I can. If it's not conflict, what? Let me see if Kevin Byrne can come. I mean, that's
Yeah?
if we hold off to the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
See if Kevin
We're fine
Byrne-
with that.
You're fine with waiting?
If you can get.
Yeah,
us-
if we
See
can
I
get
Kevin
Kevin,
Byrne,
yeah.
yeah.
Across the street.
Okay, next, 274 to 290 South Street, Macy's Cafe, continued from May 29th. Anyone here? This is for the drive-in takeout window, not drive-in, but takeout window.
Yep. Yes, they were late to the other one.
And apparently they're late for this one. I mean, not a good record. This will be a short meeting.
Summer hours.
Yeah,
Summer hours, right.
okay. Next, 12 Miria Road. Jamie Falsher, a variance to construct an addition 19 feet from the rear lot line, continued from May 29th.
So I did get in touch with Jamie Fauscher today.
Yeah.
He was called to an emergency job in Maine.
Okay,
So they're going to be requesting to continue this meeting,
okay.
or this hearing, sorry.
So we can continue that. When's our next meeting? July
I believe 30th. Yes, July 30th.
July 30th at 6:30. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second?
And do we need, are we running past the deadline? We're gonna need them to sign off on it as well.
Because it was continued before.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So it would be a continuance for both.
No, but
Sorry,
we need to sign off from them to extend
the
deadline
decision
as well.
deadline.
Yeah.
And I'll get that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. Is this 203 or 204?
204, I think, or
It says
203.
203 here and 204 here.
203.
Okay.
I think, Patty, it's 203.
Okay.
I'll leave it on.
So our first new hearing is to hear the appeal of Frances Bro, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, 203 Main Street, Shrewsbury, Mass., for a variance from Section 7, Table 2, to construct an addition 16.1 feet from the side property line in the Rural B and Rural A districts upon property located at 203 Main Street. The subject premise is on the Shrewsbury Assessor's Tax Plate 20, Plot 047000.
Mr. Chairman, I have to recuse myself from this hearing.
Okay. So here's the good story. With only a 4-member board,
Right.
one no vote would kill you, would kill the appeal, as opposed to a 5-member board where it would take 2 no votes. So you have the option, we're trying to see if another member can get here, or you can continue, you can either hear it and at your risk, that you're going to get a unanimous decision.
So if it's a no vote, I can still have option to appeal.
No, if it's a no vote, you're done. Your option is either to wait for a full board, which we will find out shortly if we're going to have a full board, because someone didn't show up, so we're trying to get another alternate here right now, who lives pretty close by. If he can't come here, your options are to continue the hearing till next month, in which case, when a full board can hear it, or hear it with a 4-person board, if the next alternate does not show up.
Okay, I can wait for a while.
Okay. Okay.
I'll wait to see if he shows up.
Shows up, okay. So, we are out of business. Was there another one? Which one are you here for?
That's it? That's it?
Oh, 29 Maple Ave, okay, yeah, okay.
Summer meetings.
This is,
Had we known.
yeah, really. But the only reason we had a meeting this month was, there was only one we normally wouldn't have, but because of the 4 continued
Right.
hearings, we opted to.
Conduct the
We
meeting.
thought it would be a full vote.
Yeah.
Is Kevin coming?
Yes.
Okay.
What else do we have?
Want to go to new business? Just
We can do new business.
Where's Paul?
He's out in the hallway.
Yeah. Let's take care of new business. They haven't, I don't think we can without someone telling us what they're doing. So we're on to new business right now because we're waiting for Kevin to get here. Let's get a full board. The new business is Shrewsbury Historic Preservation Committee. And you want to give us a little,
Yeah, so they're looking to create a committee. Sorry, if I can just grab my blurb here. Looking at attention on structures within certain years of registration with the town assessors, and exploring ways that the zoning bylaw can better protect those structures, and other kind of opportunities for creating protections for historic structures in town and kind of community character of our structures. So they're looking for appointments from a number of committees and boards, and they're asking that we send a delegate by July 16th, which
Okay.
we would have to do at this meeting. So.
well, Mr. George has graciously volunteered to be our representative.
Okay, so
And I'd be willing to exercise a motion, if anyone wants to make a motion.
I move we,
Can I get a second?
second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Welcome to the Historic Commission Board.
Could you tell me how that came about?
so that's actually kind of the
How it was proposed?
so I haven't followed that too closely, but the Board of Selectmen are kind of creating that, and I think it's as we see the increased development and the kind of historic structures, especially in downtown, with our increased focus on downtown, we're looking at ways to really preserve that and to see more investment in those structures rather than kind of a tear down and recreate, in order to preserve that kind of cohesive character that
Of the town
doesn't
center,
always come
yeah.
through new development.
And we've lost a few 18th century original settlers' homes in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Looking forward to it.
yeah, should be exciting.
Did Kevin say how soon he would be here?
I imagine it'll take him some
He was just
time to
getting gas.
travel. Do we want to take perhaps a 10-minute break? Or?
Recess, yeah, you wanna, yeah.
Imagine Dragons are going to be performing at our iHeartRadio Music Festival coming up in September in Las Vegas. So is Justin Timberlake, Kelly Clarkson, Mariah Carey, Fleetwood Mac, Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, so many more. Check out the full list on our website at 961srs.com. 34 years ago today, the Purple Rain album was released by Prince. I've got Prince coming up and a whole bunch more of today's Variety next.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. Finally summertime, which means kids are out of school, which is usually a reason to smile, but it can have a real impact on family food budgets. And if you're looking for a way to help feed your family this summer or know someone who is, just text the word food to 877-877 to find places in your neighborhood serving healthy meals to kids 18 and under. The meals are free. No questions, no sign up. Text food, F-O-O-D, to 877-877. Made possible by the No Kid Hungry campaign.
Country Bank here. We wanted to share some lyrics we wrote about our free Kasasa cash checking. Kasasa, Kasasa, it pays you back for banking. Because at Country Bank, we're all about thanking you. Because it's just what we do for neighbors. Okay, truthfully, we're still working out the rhyme scheme. We're a 167-year-old bank, not hit songwriters. Visit us at any branch or countrybank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, member DIF. And now back to the real songwriting pros.
Hey, Massachusetts. Geico presents Need to Know information because you have to draw the line between what you need to know and what you don't.
Sometimes I tell people I have plans when really I'm going to mindlessly scroll through my social feed until my battery runs out.
See, didn't need to know that. But when it comes to insurance, the more you know, the better. Like knowing Geico is the second largest auto insurer in the country. Plus, they've been around for over 75 years and have a 97% customer satisfaction rating.
I talk to my dog. Like I have long, drawn-out conversations with him. And I think he understands me.
Again, not really needed. But knowing Geico offers more than just car insurance is important, like motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. And the Geico Insurance Agency can help you insure your home, apartment, and condo.
I'm okay with the 5-second rule. The 90-second rule works too.
And not needed. But you should know Geico could help you find even more ways to save, like military or federal discounts. And Geico offers emergency roadside service. Switching insurance is an important decision. You can never know too much about it. So Massachusetts, visit geico.com for all the information you really need.
Home efficiency begins with Eversource, the #1 energy efficiency provider in the nation. Upgrading heating and cooling equipment can make your home more efficient year-round, saving money on your energy bill. But the savings don't stop there. Eversource and MassSave offer rebates of up to $3,250. Also, you may qualify for the MassSave Heat Loan with 0% financing. To see if you are eligible, call MassSave at 866-527-SAVE. Or learn more at masssave.com/rebates.
Do you know the 3 R's of finding the right attorney? Richard Rafferty Results. Just listen to some of his recent settlements. $24 million, $14 million, and $7.5 million for equipment malfunction. $4.8 and $3.8 million for medical malpractice. And $1.6 million for auto accident injuries. Attorney Richard Rafferty gets results. Call him today at 508-795-1601. That's 508-795-1601. Or online at EdenRafferty.com.
The Mitsubishi Motors Summer Season Pass sales event. That's 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 90 days on select models. Take the all-new 2018 Eclipse Cross with its striking design and advanced technology. Start a road trip with up to 7 passengers in the 2018 Outlander. Or be adventure capable and energy efficient with the all-new 2018 Outlander PHEV. Hurry into your local Mitsubishi Motors dealer. Exciting offers end July 5th. Special financing and option of deferred payment available through Ally Financial, subject to approved credit and insurance. Price, terms, and vehicle availability may vary. May not combine with factory cash rebates. See your participating dealer for details. Offer valid from June 1st through July 5th, 2018.
Did you know that creating a realistic budget is one of the first steps out of the foreclosure process? I'm John Hope Bryant, the founder and CEO of Operation Hope. Let one of our HUD-certified counselors walk you through the process of helping you save your home. For 20 years and 2 million customers and clients, we've helped people help themselves. Go to our Mortgage Hope Crisis Hotline, online at operationhope.org, or call one of our counselors at 888-388-HOPE. That's 888-388-4673.
I'm running a pretty serious side hustle thing. I drive, I deliver, I DJ, I podcast, I hustle. It's a lifestyle. Until one of the side things pops off. It's apps, mail, messages, and music all day, all night. What gets it done is AT&T prepaid for only $55 a month with AutoPay. And check this out. They even gave me $30 off my phone. It's more hustle, less hassle. Man, that's good. Marketing should be one of my side things.
Switch to AT&T Prepaid with no activation fee and no annual contract and get unlimited data for only $55 a month with AutoPay. Plus, come in now and ask how to get $30 off an AT&T Prepaid smartphone. AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. Smartphone offer ends 7/12/18. Requires activation and payment on new line of service on $65 per month plan and AutoPay sign-up at sale. In-store at participating AT&T locations only. Wireless price includes $10 AutoPay discount. AT&T may slow data speeds when network is congested. Video streaming limited to SD. Additional charges, speed usage, and other restrictions apply. See store for details.
New England Food Truck Festival, presented by Traveler Beer, is coming to the Big E Fairgrounds this weekend starting at noon. The largest food truck festival in New England. Live music with Nick Fradiani on Saturday starting at 6:30. Games and close to 50 food trucks. For more, visit anyfoodtruckfest.com.
96.1 SRS is WSRS-FM and WSRS HD1 Worcester, an iHeart radio station.
This report is brought to you by Price Chopper, Market 32.
Now, Price Chopper Market 32 traffic on today's Variety. 96.1 SRS.
Getting a final check of your ride. 290 starting to improve, although you're still tapping your brakes a little bit as you get into downtown. 190, same idea. 495 south, still off and on delays as you get from Route 9 down to the Pike. I'm Dan Mazzella with the Price Chopper and Market 32 traffic.
Price Chopper and Market 32 are heating up the savings this summer. Get great prices on Butcher's Promise Angus beef top sirloin steaks, only $2.99 a pound, and get 1 to 1 1/4 pound live lobsters for just $5.99 a pound. Limit 4.
This is where all your favorite artists come out to play.
Hey, this is Adam from Maroon 5.
On Worcester's #1 at-work station.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, this is Pink.
What about all the times you said you had the answer?
Today's Variety, 96.1 SRS.
I'm sorry, was it something on
It was something you smell like Cape Cod, I'm sorry.
We're started. It's already been read in, and so this is the continued hearing. AUB Engineering to place a sign 3 feet from the front property line, and for a sign size greater than 20 square feet.
Correct. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. For the record, my name is Richard Ricker, and I'm an attorney with offices at 11 Maple Avenue, and I'm here representing the appellants, the petitioners. With me here is Bob Richards, who is manager for Nuria Energy. Tony in the rear here, who is the principal of Nuria Energy as well. Nuria operates the Shell station in the center of town at the address that you noted in the advertisement. If I could pass these out, it will give you, this is a depiction of what the sign will look like, and there's the plans on page 2. This is a request by Nuria to basically allow signage that will allow them to brand the station. They operate about 300 stations.
About 300.
And they're in the process of branding all of the stations, all of the Shell stations, so that Nuria has its branding in order. The lot, as you can see from the plan attached, is quite an oddly shaped lot. You can see it takes a left-hand turn as you're going towards the center from Wesleyan, and it kind of elbows off to the south, thereby causing all of the structures and signage and everything to be pushed towards the front. As you will note, the present sign that is there is about 3 feet away from the street as well. This sign will be no closer. This sign is just adding the Nuria branding sign and the digital sign, small digital sign below it, and obviously the Shell logo. This will not impact visibility. You still have decent sight lines coming in and out of the station. I would note that
And as you can see, the idea is to basically do a redo of the station here, which is in process. If you've gone by there, you've seen that it is in process. They're rebuilding parts of the station, replacing the front facade, and this signage is obviously part of the overall plan. The hardship for the variance purposes here, obviously, is the shape of the lot, the shape and the size of the lot, because you have everything squeezed to the front of the lot. I would note that this signage, if you...
Can I ask a question about that, actually? Do you mind if I break in?
Sure.
Is that okay? Yeah. So I'm just having trouble reading the plan. It looks like the frontage along Maple Avenue, which would be the main, road where there'd be traffic, is that 103?
163.50.
163 feet?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're saying that the hardship is that...
Is that everything has to be to the front of the lot.
Along Maple Avenue?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure I follow, because it seems like that's where most of the traffic would be. What's the hardship part of that? The fact that it's at the front, what's the detriment to that?
You basically have to put everything up front there because of the way that the lot is shaped. Or you don't have the maneuverability. If you were to build a station further back,
right,
you wouldn't have the maneuverability.
Okay, so trying to fit everything along that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Richard,
sure.
The setback requirement for signs is 30 or 35 feet?
It's 30 feet there.
30 feet. Okay. No, I mean, the bylaw says signs are supposed to be 30 feet or
But also
35
it's
feet?
one half of the.
It's actually
of the setback.
One half of the
One half the setback.
One half of the setback, yeah. So it's 15 feet back. But the point is that there is existing signage there. And if you were to allow this increase, the aggregate signage on this parcel will still be under the allowed aggregate signage. So you would be allowed 163.5 feet of signage if, based on the frontage on Maple Avenue alone. And you will have 102.6. So you're still well within that aggregate signage limit. I would suggest respectfully that this obviously is a commercial business. It's in a commercial area. It's in a business area. This, I would suggest respectfully, is not an example of derogation from the bylaw because obviously businesses are all bunched along that roadway. This is a sign, which obviously they need. There would be no, it clearly is, the shape of this lot is clearly incidental to only this lot. There's no other lots like it in the center of town. So the shape of the lot is clearly incidental only to this lot. I would suggest respectfully there wouldn't be any nuisance value here. This is not posing any detriment one way or the other to anyone. It's well off the sidewalk, as you can see. It is set back enough so that the sight lines are still fine, and it would fit in basically within the neighborhood. Fits in as much as I'd say the mobile station does across the street, the video sign next door. And with that, if you have any questions.
Mr. George?
Hold
on, Kevin.
The sign
Kevin, hold on.
I'm sorry.
How do you propose to light the sign?
It's internally lit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's the only question I have.
Go ahead.
The sign that you're proposing, Richard, is compared to the mobile that's across the street. Comparable?
Pretty close in size, very close in size. I think the mobile signs are individual signs group
Yeah,
stacked
I'm
together.
talking about the big one that says
Yeah,
mobile.
and then they got
on
the
it,
other one
with
stacked
the
on it.
price.
Right.
And that sort of stuff.
Right.
Comparable to the size of that.
Yes.
Where is this, so that I'm clear?
Bigger, right?
Yeah.
Mobile is bigger, actually. Yeah.
Square footage is probably the same, but the mobile is a lot longer.
It's brighter anyway, right at the moment. Anyway. Where the present sign is, just so I'm clear on this, where is this going to go in relation to exactly where the present shell and price sign is located?
It's going in the same location.
Same location.
But this is a couple feet wider, correct?
It's about a foot wider.
But the same height though, right?
Same height.
Same height.
It's about a foot wider, so just out of curiosity, is it the front that's gonna match or the rear?
I believe the, should be
You
the
know, where's
front.
the, which footing are you?
The front,
Right,
the
okay.
front
Yeah,
should
okay.
match, yep.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else? Bridget? You're all good? Anyone, yes, sir? State your name for the record.
Tony Aldemer, I'm the owner
Yeah.
of the location. To Mr. George, the light, the sign today is internally illuminated exactly the same way.
Same way.
Right.
Yes, no change in that. We've just put in more modern sign, really what we're doing.
Okay.
Modernizing the station, basically.
And I assume you two have no questions about this one? Okay, there being no further questions or comments, we'll take it under advisement, and you will be notified of our decision.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next
Thank you for your time.
hearing is 203 Main Street, which has already been read into the minutes. Mr. George is recused, and you're here for this one, too. We got this sitting in. So tell us what you're doing and why you're doing it.
I bought the house about a year ago, and I did some upgrades on it, interior-wise. And I'm putting on a master bedroom in the back with a shower, because both of us are getting a little bit elderly now, and all we have is a tub. So I'm putting it there, and the reason I'm putting it there is it's in close proximity to tie into my sewer system without having to go across, pump it up, and put it in. I also have 2 closets which are stacked, which give a perfect hallway down into the addition. So it really makes sense to be there. And that's the reason, and, you know, it's the septic, and not the septic, but the drainage and the sewer tie-ins that make it the reason I want to put it there.
Okay. And are there any plans? Do we have any plans or anything?
Yep, there was a building as well.
And,
Is it the one-
oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I got a plot.
While we look
There's a
for it,
plot
could you
plan, I
tell
don't
me,
believe
where's
the elevation.
203 Main Street?
All right,
Just focus me on
So-
where 203 is.
all right, if you're going if you're traveling
believe
here
it.
to
Okay.
290,
Yeah.
it's just after you go by Old Mill Road on the right-hand side, White Ranch. It was
Down the hill, okay. Oh, here we are.
beyond Moon.
Gotcha, thank you. I
You're
got
right.
it.
This is also going to be a one-story addition, you're not going up at all?
No,
just-
not at all.
okay. Anyone else have any questions?
Is there a reason so I understand you're saying it would make a perfect hallway to put it on that corner. Is there a reason you couldn't put it towards the middle and meet the setback on both
Well,
sides?
there's a couple of reasons. One is if I go that direction, I lose the natural light in the bathroom that's existing.
Okay,
The second reason is if I go any further, it's right in front of the dining room, so we don't want to lose that.
okay.
So, and it makes sense with the access, so. And it's not, I'm not impeding on the line any more than the house already is from when it was built.
And what's that, about 3 inches of relief beyond what's there now?
I believe
I can't read
even,
the
I think it's
setbacks on
perhaps
here.
even less.
16 feet 4 inches versus 16 feet 1 inch.
Okay, so it's 3 inches. Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Okay, anyone in attendance wish to be heard on this? I didn't think so. There being no further questions or comments, we'll take it under advisement. You'll be notified of our decision.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess we can go backwards and vote on this one first, while Mr. George is out. And
So it's 16.1 feet from the sideline, and the existing house is 16.4.
anyone have anything to discuss?
Is that what it says? No.
Any discussion?
Okay.
I'm good.
Good. Can I get a motion?
I move we accept the proposal.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. I'm sorry?
We should specify which one we're voting on
Variance 16.1 feet from the side property line.
to the Main Street one.
Main Street, yeah. Yeah, I'm going backwards. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And then the only other one we're voting on is the sign.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit tonight, because they have all the.
29 Maple Avenue, to place a sign 3 feet from the property line and for a sign greater than 20 square feet. Any discussion, any issues?
I only had one concern, it was about the, how low the sign is compared to the existing sign. I didn't know if it was gonna impede people's view as they're leaving the, property. And it's only about 3.5 feet up. That was my only concern, I don't know if.
Yeah, I shared that as well. It can be a difficult place to pull out, looking up towards the center of town. And it looks like it's almost 5 feet lower to the ground than the current sign, and 3 feet off the ground.
Do we know where the property line really is?
So the property line, it's about 3 feet essentially from the front of the sign, because the existing sign is about 3 feet from the property line.
So it's, the road is further than 3 feet.
Correct, right.
Yeah.
So I think there's quite a bit of space to pull out there. And I would note that, I think in the opening comments, Attorney Ricker did note that it wouldn't impede
The vision of
the
someone.
vision of a driver, that it's further enough set back.
So it's probably set off the curb, probably about, to me, it looks like it might be at least maybe 12 feet maybe from the curb.
Yeah, and I
Would
think
you
it's
say?
even further from the white line, which is where the traffic would be.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyone, any
that was
other-
my only concern.
Okay, anything else?
The sign that's there now compared with the other signs that are along that whole stretch of road, the shell sign is relatively small as such. And when you compare it to,
Mobile?
well, mobile, especially mobile, it's across the street, which I know was subject to a variance a few years ago, a bunch of years ago, when that station went in there. And with some of the other signs, having traveled there and having gone to both Shell and Mobile and Dunkin' Donuts and every place, I can't fathom that this is going to have any substantial impact on anything that's up there presently. It's internally lit. I don't see that from somebody who's up there, well, I live down the street, who's up there all the time. I don't see that there's a particular difficulty with it. My initial question was, what's Noria? But I guess Noria is a new company that we're going to see Noria signs all over the place, I guess, at this
300 of them,
stage,
yeah.
anyway.
And I would also say that traffic does not go very fast on that road for most of the day.
I just have one other comment
And heavy
tonight.
times.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
I don't know if they store snow there. Is snow stored there, or is it stored out in the back?
So since the hearing's closed, I mean, we can't ask that question, and we wouldn't be able to bring that into account. We can't act on any new information that hasn't been presented, so.
Okay. Anything else? Can someone make a motion, please?
I move we approve.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? That covers us for today.
I think
no,
we would still need to vote
continue on
to
Macy's.
continue Macy's and Lake Street.
This is.
This is for 203.
This is the guy with 16 and a half.
Yep. Anyone have any issues with continuing with Macy's in one more meeting?
You know what, I think we should close that hearing. I mean, they missed the last hearing, they missed this hearing. I think we should just close the hearing and move on. I mean, why should we just keep continuing?
Purposely waited for a
In one way, I agree with you, but in the other way, I don't wanna hurt a new business company,
I think you need, they purposely waited for
I'm giving them the, way more
Is
the
there,
benefit of the doubt.
is there any way we could vote on it without them being here? I mean, it was already approved for the previous owner.
That's
So,
true, yeah.
so I think, given this specific instance, if the board felt it appropriate, that voting on this particular property, I noted in the comments that due to the ownership of the structure that kind of, as the restaurants turn over, they typically run very much the same, but they have to come back for a special permit.
Right.
And the board has, in many cases, granted that. So, my understanding is that this business will be substantially the same as what's ongoing right now. I don't know.
Are there any conditions currently in place?
So the conditions currently, we did not add any new conditions.
No, but what are they? I guess.
There were hours probably for it.
Yeah.
I believe it was just hours. Let me see if I can
Yeah,
pull
if
up.
you can dig that up and.
This
I
isn't
mean,
anything
it's the
I,
same, the same use. I mean, it was already
on this
approved
last
once, I
time.
mean,
Remember Macy's Cafe over
you
on
didn't add
South
anything
Street?
new to it.
That used
Right.
to be, the ice
And
cream.
if we have another hearing, I don't know if we'll show up for that one either.
This kind of place across from
oh, and the guy was supposed to come in with a plan?
Yes. he
I'm
came
sorry,
with
I didn't know whether I had participated in this, I was just
did.
being
Oh,
brought up to
okay.
date.
That's fine.
This is the guy who
Macy's,
had the restaurant,
yeah.
Yeah.
The old blue,
Blue Coast Cafe.
and he was supposed to come in with a plan or something.
no, it was just give us.
What he wanted to do.
It had already been approved once before for the prior owner.
It's just that it's new ownership.
So, it's sunset with the old owner, so new owner needed to come back.
Or we could vote on it
Yeah,
with the
we'll
same
vote, yeah.
conditions.
So
He
the,
needs a good lawyer.
So the previous decision for Blue Coast Coffee was granted with no conditions. I think similar, they presented and
Yeah.
seeing that there was no issues with
It's
it.
on
With
Route
that
9,
property.
so I'm not
With
concerned
the
with hours
property,
of
we-
operation.
Right.
You know,
So-
They can stay up until midnight for all I
Yeah,
care, really.
might be good,
They're gonna have a CVS across the street,
right?
So,
maybe a 24-hour.
I mean, if the board wants that, to put a condition that if there are complaints received,
Well,
We could-
let's time limit it for 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
and, okay.
Yeah. Anyone have any issues with that?
I don't,
Okay. You're sitting in on this one, correct? Yeah.
I was your last,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah,
I can
yeah.
sit.
Okay, so can I get a motion?
motion to approve, is it a
Special permit.
special permit?
What's that? Yeah, because we opened it last month, yeah.
Sorry.
Move to approve the special permit for Macy's, Cafe on South Street.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay.
That's a 4, right, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. There you go. So 203 Main Street, variance was unanimously approved. And the sign at 29 Maple Avenue was also unanimously approved.
Thank you so much, have a great night.
So, for Lake Street,
I'd like to propose something for Lake Street. I'd like to close the hearing.
so here's.
Is this the one with the, this is the appeal?
Yeah, so my concern with this one, having not received any
New information.
response or new information, but my understanding is that they are working with the
Someone should
planning
be here.
board to go forward on a new special permit.
We can close it and deny it.
Yeah.
The board,
Yeah.
yep, so those would be the options.
Who sat in on that one?
That
Were you here
was,
for- I don't think you were either. We don't have a
I
board
thi-
here, we don't have
I
enough
think
people.
Shatsky was here,
Yeah,
and I think Lisa was here,
Yeah.
and Mel was here.
So we would need a
we need Mullins letters for next, yes, we need to continue it to next month to get Mullins letters for whoever's gonna be here next month.
Okay.
And then we can close it next month.
My only concern is the
The time limit.
Expires.
of the decision
But the
deadline.
three-person board can't do it.
Right.
And we can't get a Mullen letter retroactively, I don't believe.
No, because I have to watch the
Right,
video.
first,
Yeah, so I guess we could move to continue the hearing, and I will call Grenier and see if we can get those letters written.
Okay. Macy's Cafe, 274 to 290 South Street was unanimously approved. Can I get a motion?
Move to adjourn?
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
So you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZQuil.
Today's Variety 96.1 SRS, making Mondays not so manic. While you're listening to Jana all day at work, listen for her to play the Bengals song Manic Monday. When you hear it, beat caller 9 at 508-792-WSRS to win a free Elements massage. Jana will tell you between 10 and 11 the exact hour the song will play in too to make it easier for you to win. Perfect. Not so manic Mondays are back, and you're a winner. All from Worcester's #1 at-work station. Today's Variety 96.1 SRS.
Attention first-time homebuyers. Do you need help with a down payment on your dream home? Millbury Federal Credit Union and Security First Mortgage Funding can help. We can provide you with assistance through various Massachusetts housing programs. These programs offer grants for first-time homebuyers on single-family and multifamily homes. Don't miss out on this opportunity to own your own home. Call us today at 508-853-3000 or stop by one of our local branches in Millbury, Auburn, Worcester, and South Grafton. MCU, your community credit union.
Price Chopper and Market 32 think it's time for hazy, lazy weather and backyard get-togethers. Time for sipping drinks and being chill and cooking dinner on the grill. It's also time for weekly specials. Butcher's Promise Angus Beef Top Sirloin Steak, $2.99 a pound. And 1 to 1 1/4 pound live lobsters, only $5.99 a pound. Limit 4. Price Chopper and Market 32, helping you savor every moment.
I'm running a pretty serious side hustle thing. I drive, I deliver, I DJ, I podcast, I hustle. It's a lifestyle until one of the side things pops off. It's apps, mail, messages, and music all day, all night. What gets it done is